Morning all, out on another test ride today. We're going to be taking out the Assault 125. This one is in the grey. Nice high front end to that, with that carbon effect front mudguard. Just notice it's got the dual sport tyres on, so you've got the semi-knobblies to the front end and you've got the road going wheel to the back end. Nice bronze into the engine, and you've got all this carbon look-alike down the side on that. Just sets the bike off. Nice high rear tail end with that nice tail tidy to the back of that. And you've also got that nice rack as well, so here's options to, obviously, if you can get a top box on that, bang a top box up the back. Just check out the front end on that though, it does look very, very aggressive, all those daytime running lights and that dip beam on as well. So what we're going to do with this one, we're going to get it out. It's got side stand and main stand on this one. We're going to take this out and get some road mileage on it. Now, when these Assaults and the Iskers first came out, I wasn't a lover of these sticking out bits at the front. This has got the indicators on the front end of it, on the corners of the front of the tank, so makes the indicators very easy to see. But the best bit I've now found about these tanks is it takes the wind off the front of the knees. You can tuck your legs in quite well here, just a nice tuck in on that tank. Someone said the pedals on these, they look like toothpicks. I find these foot pegs very, very comfortable, and they have got the knobbles on the front of them, so they do grip your foot very, very well. So we're going to get this out into traffic, work our way through the box on this. It doesn't take long for you to get up to 5th gear and get up to that 40 mile an hour that we road test at. And the bar position on this is very, very good, quite high bars on this as well. So the ideal arm position, arms are exactly 90 degrees, so nice and high on the bars. Mirrors on these, they're quite good. I've got about a third of my shoulder in that mirror though. I'd like a little bit more mirror, or maybe a little bit wider out, but as I always say with mirrors, it depends on the rider and your seating position on these. I would never ever trust mirrors anyway. I wouldn't like to see the mirrors a little bit wider out on these, so depending if you're a little short rider and you're a little bit lower in the body position, you can see perfectly well over the shoulder. But obviously I've got quite big shoulders, so I've got about a third of my shoulder in those mirrors. Clocks give a very, very good display though. Nice big speed go counter on that LED display. You've got a big rev counter to the left, fuel tank indicators, and your gear position is in there as well, along with the time. As you can tell, it's exactly 7 o'clock. And we are 1 mile in on the test ride. A nice little front cowl on this just covers those clocks, but the headlights on this are very, very bright. Obviously the light is up today, but people are going to see you with that big bright headlight on there. So we're out ride testing 40 and a little burst to 45, just to up this up to a little bit to 45. There she goes, sitting very, very comfortably, and then just ease it back again. I'd always say vary your speed, vary your rev range. If you are road testing or it's your first bike, run them in with 40 to 45, don't just sit at 40, go up, down, up, down, up, down. I tend to drop down to sort of 37 and then bring her up, another burst to 45 and then pop it back down again. Now with these dual tyres on this, if you do happen to live in a village or in the outskirts of a town, these tyres are very, very good if you happen to be out in a country road, green laning or whatever. And seeing from previous videos, I actually took one of these green laning and it done the job absolutely perfectly, no issues whatsoever. And obviously a lot of bikes coming in from Lexmoto at the moment. We're looking around about mid-March to the beginning of April for all the new bikes to arrive. We've got 2 new Tempest GTs in stock at the moment. I'm still waiting on Titans, Iskers, Assaults, Chieftains, ZSBs, full range. So we've got a lot of bikes that are due to be coming in, and it's going to be the same with all the dealers across the UK. We're all now starting to get our bikes. Obviously COVID has affected everything. It's hit back on the delays on the deliveries of getting bikes into the country, and obviously with semi-unlockdown now, it looks like we're finally moving forward. We are progressing on this, so soon to be out bike riding a lot more. and I've been told that CBTs are due to start again soon, so that is another good point. Everybody can go out and start getting retested to get out on their bikes. So a couple of things that obviously going on during the week and from the weekend. A lot of videos going up on the YouTube at the moment. A lot of people putting comments down, and these foot pegs are very, very nice. Obviously someone's commented they look like toothpicks. I'm going to stick for a twist and go around and put my feet flat. Yeah, that is your choice. I never have a problem with any bikes, and I tend to be very, very picky and point out the bad points that I find on a bike. Seat position on this, it's a little bit of a weird one. This seat does have a slight incline on it, and it tips you into the tank, keeps you held forward over that tank, which is great, keeps you nicely tucked in. But people say, have you ever had, are there any issues with any of the bikes you found? And I did mention that in the last video, the LXRs. We had a couple of issues with the ignitions, and it's a well-known thing with the ignitions on those. And that was obviously the Generation 1 lock sets. Were prone to water ingress, and the electrics playing up, but that was solved with the Gen 2 locks. Generation 2 locks have all come out. Most of the LXRs that were Generation 1 have had their locks changed up to Generation 2 under warranty. Never an issue. Lexmoto warranty is a very, very good thing when the parts are available, and obviously it's not their fault that we can't get the parts into the country. But that was the only issues that we found with the LXRs. And obviously if the ignition goes, it's going to make the clocks play up, it's going to be other issues. So that was the only issues we found with them. And then the only thing that we found with the Titans was on the high-low dip switch, high-low beam switch. Well, we were getting premature failures on them, but that has been addressed and new switches on the way. But with any bike you are going to get obviously teething issues, even on the well-known brands. Come on, let's go. All the gear, no idea. Come on, Mr. Porsche driver. Probably too busy looking at his mobile phone. I don't know which lane he wants here, but I'm going to stay well clear. And I just love the smell of new bike when the exhausts burn off. And we'll see where Matey Boy wants to go. Quick shoulder check. Shift lanes. And that's the first time an Assault has out accelerated a Porsche. Oh dear. Obviously not had his Weetabix this morning. So up into 5th gear. And quick shoulder check. Porsche's tucking into my backside a bit. Get gone, matey, get gone. I'm sitting at 42 mile an hour and he's hugging my arse. Fantastic overtake, thank you. And just see some of the idiots that we get on the road first thing in the morning. Spend 60 grand on a Porsche, can't drive the damn thing. Hence why shoulder checks and mirrors, people. And that mirror worked very, very well for me on that one. And there goes little 125, he's obviously run his bike in. So we're currently 5 miles in, doing very, very well on this. So if you are looking at a bike, loads available coming into the country. And obviously Lexmoto We're the highest registering bike for January and February. We're doing very, very well registering bikes at the moment, outstripping all the big bikes. Now obviously with lockdown people's money is limited, so if you've got just under £2 to spend, sometimes just under £1.50, Lexmoto range, very, very good, does what it says on the tin, gets you from A to B, and it's your ideal first bike. And it's obviously up to you guys to make sure that you maintain them, look after them, keep them clean, and service them on time. And of course check your chain tension. Chain tension is the one thing that we tend to find on most of the bikes. Keep that chain lubricated and greased, and make sure that your chain tension is adjusted correctly. You should normally be checking that once a week, and there are loads of instructional videos on YouTube how to do chain tension. And obviously if you've never done it before, get it into a garage. It will take them about 10-15 minutes to adjust your chain up for a minimal fee. But if you can do it yourself, have a crack at it. There's nothing better than learning basic mechanics on any bike. How do I change an oil filter? How do I keep my bike maintained and serviced? How do I check my spark plug? How do I change a fuel filter? Very, very simple things that you can do just to keep your bike running. And obviously the best thing is keep it washed and cleaned. And obviously all bikes rust, but there is a very, very good product, and I bang about it all the time, and that is the ACF50 anti-corrosion spray. Any anti-corrosion spray is better than nothing at all. Road salt, road dirt is a killer on motorcycles. It's on cars as well. So it's up to you to make sure it's all nicely cleaned and kept looked after. So quick switch of lanes here. We're going to go back and do a bit of urban. Now obviously if you're watching this video, this is currently Tuesday morning. This coming Friday, very, very big Motovlog coming up. It's going to be Friday at 9 PM, and that is going to be the military biker. He's got a couple of big stars on his channel, hopefully joined by all the other motovloggers, including people like Zedhead, Burning Gas, Hauling Ass, Jim Diesel, and all the other boys that I name on my page at the bottom. Bikes, Beards, Brews, etc, etc, etc. White Rock Rider. See if I can get past this van. Rising down, a little bit of wind noise there. Well, that got past that van very, very quickly, so these little assaults do accelerate very, very quickly if you give them some beans. I'm going to sit it at 44 for a few, which is my maximum permitted for a burst. Obviously, for the purposes of PDI and ride testing, we don't go above what we say. We are very, very finicky about doing the correct speed and correct road test mileage. And obviously if you're buying a bike from a dealer, just double check that they are running it and they're not taking it straight up to full speed. And we have seen some of the dealers doing that, hence that ride test on that Iska, 2 miles on the bike, and he's got it up to 63, but I'm not going to name the dealer. But if you Google Lexmoto Whiskey, you'll find that video. And that customer actually took the bike back 2 weeks later because the engine went pop. Simple reason being, it had been absolutely ragged straight out the box. So running in test mileage, as defined in your Lexmoto handbook, is given, and do try and stick to it. The more you take care of the bike, the more it's going to take care of you. And obviously we do a very, very lengthy 7-stage PDI. It takes us about 14 to 20 days to prep one of these up, just due to the amount of PDIs, QCs and preps that we do on a bike. And that doesn't just go for the new bikes, that goes for our used bikes as well. Hence why we're selling a lot of the used bikes at the moment. And it's good to see the Harley has gone. Someone came in and decided he wanted to buy that Harley after seeing the videos that we did on it. Now we've still got quite a few used bikes in there. Still got that BMF 800, which I do love. Still got the big ZZR as well, and the GTR. A couple of Pan-Europeans. And of course we got the ZX7R, which I took out the other day. It's not my one. That is a P5. A nice Daytona 675, Daytona 955, R1, full carbon R1 in Milwaukee panel set, GSX F600 or GSX R600. Very nice bike that is as well. So we've got about 21 used bikes at the moment. So if you are after something a little bit bigger in the CCs, we've got loads. And a lot of inquiries since I've done the Royal Enfield, the Himalayan. A lot of inquiries about that. People saying, is it available? Is it available? Yes, it is. Comes with an Itchy Boots sticker on the back as well. I didn't even realise that Norley's sticker was on there. But it's another good channel to watch, that one. She's just relocated herself to South Africa. Got herself another bike and she's out riding around the world. So keep going at it, Norley. Itchy Boots is a very, very good channel to watch if you do like watching ride videos of motorcycles. A lovely sunny day today. I reckon it's going to warm up quite well today. I should have brought the bike down and not come down in the car today. So we're going to start heading back to the garage. That's my first set of test mileage on, 10 miles. All good. No issues at all with the bike. Braking system is absolutely superb on this. It's got the dual brakes on it as well. You've got front brake on the front brake lever. Rear brake will give you a combined braking, which will be your rear wheel and your front wheel. Mix of 70 to about 30 or 60 to 40. We normally say 2/3 to 1/3. But the dual braking on this is absolutely lovely. So front brake, dry weather. Rear brake, wet weather. And progressive braking, don't just grab at that front brake. Everything is always good with progressive braking. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, me mumbling on, give it a thumbs up. If not, 2 thumbs down. It works every time. If you want to see what the next video is, hit the notifications bell. That will tell you when the next one is coming out. I've got a load more bikes still to ride, more Titans still going out. Got a couple of assaults and iskers to do as well. Link for the garage down the bottom right hand side, eclipsemotorcyclesmk.co.uk. And the telephone number's down there, 01908 643 603. And as always, all the stuff can be found off my website, which is revbomb.co.uk. Emails down the bottom right hand side again. Go to the social media page, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is all on there. There's also a link to Eclipse Motorcycles Facebook and the Eclipse Motorcycles website. And the contact numbers are down there as well, along with all the people that follow me, sponsor me. And don't forget, bottom of every YouTube video and that we join in with. So I'll be signing out, and be well, ride safe. Don't forget, Friday Military Biker. Come and join us on the feed, see what's going on. And until then, from RB, it's a big goodbye from me.